there. Today we are going to be having some fun for a change. I call this deck No Pain, No Gain. This deck is all about causing damage to yourself. With this deck, we're going to be causing a significant amount of damage to ourselves. Why? Because I wanted to see if a deck like this was possible. In order to deal damage to ourselves, I'm using all 10 of the pain lands, as well as all 10 of the talismans. This is a 5-color deck. You can use any commander you want that has 5 colors for this deck, but I'm using Garth One-Eye for his utility. Now my first problem with building this deck was that there weren't enough cards that benefit from taking damage. Cards that I've included in my deck that benefit from you taking damage are Sun Droplet, Selfless Squire, Angel Heart Vial, and the VIP of the deck, Villa's Broker of Blood. With only those 4 cards, I had to start exploring other ways of benefiting from doing damage to myself. So I thought of Pariah, as well as Pariah's Shield, which both redirect damage done to you to a single creature. I could work with that, so I started looking at creatures that would benefit from taking damage as well. My picks for those creatures include Boros Reckoner, Hornet Nest, Brash Taunter, Stuffy Doll, and Coal Hauler Swine. Now still not enough ways to benefit from taking damage at this point, so I had to expand my search. I found that Cleric class will greatly increase my life gain with Sun Droplet, as well as beefing up my creatures. Children of Corliss can gain me back all the life I've lost in a single go. Rite of Passage can beef up my creatures by a single +1/+1 counter for every single instance of damage being dealt to them. So I decided to include the card Pestilence, which combined with Rite of Passage is a complete rock star in this deck. It kills your opponent's creatures while beefing up your creatures, since every single activation of Pestilence is 1 point of damage at a time. Now since I already committed to dealing damage to my own creatures, I added Nin the Pain Artist for some card draw, as well as a way to kill my opponents via the likes of Boros Reckoner, Brash Taunter, Stuffy Doll, and Coal Hauler Swine. On that note, I decided to include Guilty Conscience, since with Brash Taunter it's an instant win, and with Stuffy Doll it kills a single player. Then I was like, let's put Pheresis in there and be really disgusting and make that damage infect. So at this point, I decided to put in some more cards supporting the theme of the deck. Greed is all about card draw for loss of life, so it was an auto-include. Tainted Sigil can be really busted in certain scenarios. Bastion of Remembrance helps when you accidentally kill your own creatures. I also added the Meat Hook Massacre for a similar reason. I also added some additional cards to deal damage to myself, including Cephalid Coliseum, Tomb of Urami, Cabal Pit, Elves of Deep Shadow, Orcish Artillery, and Lava Hounds. Now, these cards also deal damage to yourself, however, I don't expect anyone to rush out and get these cards, and they aren't necessary for the deck to function, but they are in my deck. Ancient Tomb and Mana Crypt. The rest of the cards in my deck are just support cards, and not on theme. These include Benevolent Bodyguard, Haywire Might, Path of Exile, Archivist of Vogma, Explore, Phyrexian Missionary, Steranic Resonator, Abiding Grace, Armadillo Cloak, Behemoth Sledge, Eternal Witness, Fabricate, Legions to Ashes, Rocco Cavalry Caterer, Chandra's Outrage, Lithoform Engine, Smothering Tithe, Bringer of the Black Dawn, Bringer of the White Dawn, Doubling Season, Lorehold Command, Maelstrom Nexus, Marita the Frost, Unburial Rites, and Eerie Ultimatum. Now, in reality, with all the disgusting combos in this deck, it's incredibly slow and doesn't win very often. But it is super fun to play. This is definitely a deck to play with your friends who want to play very casually. Well, thanks again for watching to the end. If you like my content, please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And remember, a link to the complete deck list is in the description. Thanks again for watching Keyless Bag of Decks. See you later.